to the Director of Football, Journeyman, with Ghent on FM20. Today we are going to be playing Zulte Waregem, who are 12th in the league currently, and we are going to have a look at the transfers that we have done during the January transfer window. It was a quiet start to the transfer window, and then it suddenly got very, very busy. So, to start off with, this is how the league is looking. We're currently top, 3 points ahead of IntoRowZ. Games we have played since you were here last, which would have been... Jeez, I did not realise how busy December was. You were here last for the Bearshot game. We went and beat Charleroi in the quarter-final of the Cronky Cup, 1-0. Joran Everett in the 89th minute, getting himself a cheeky little goal, which was nice. Came off the bench to score it. Then against IntoRowZ, 1-1. That wasn't ideal. We scored in the 88th minute, an equalising penalty. Then we smashed Charleroi 5-0 in the league. I completely forgot what I was saying there. Diallo with a brace, Carnevale got one, Deckers and Nuno Leo scored. Then Standard Liège, just before the break for the January little couple of weeks off, we drew 2-2. Dodora scored and Diallo scored a penalty just before half-time. They equalised in the 88th minute, of course. Then we had 3 friendlies, our little tour of Turkey went fine, nobody got injured or anything like that. We came back from our little couple of weeks off in January, beat Muskron 4-0, Diallo with 4 goals. He was on fire. Oh my god, it was amazing. Then in the semi-final of the Cronky Cup in leg 1, we smashed IntoRowZ 5-1. Diallo scoring another penalty, Gonzalez got himself a brace, Elliot Lombard scored and Dodora also scored. So we were pretty much guaranteed to go through after the first leg because we had smashed them. Then we played Excelsior in the league, 3-0. It was happy days. Dodora, Gonzalez and Carnevale. Carnevale's goal was very fluky. I think it was Dodora took a shot, it hit a defender, hit Carnevale and just rolled into the back of the net, which, they all count, but it was very fluky. Then in the second leg against IntoRowZ, beaten 3-1. Remember now, IntoRowZ are our closest rivals in the league currently. We cruised past them. Ingita, Jack Clark and Carnevale all scoring for us. It was delightful. Interestingly, actually, you'll have seen there's a different goalkeeper. We did have a new goalkeeper come in. As you can see, this is what was rejected recently. Ajax came in for Elliot Lambert constantly. There was at least one offer a week, starting at, I think it was 1.8 million. What's his value? 1.5 million. I think it started at 1.8 or something. Eventually went up to 3.2. They kind of stayed there for the last 2 weeks. So he is still with us. Mike de Ruyter, the Director of Football, offered him a new contract. He rejected it, and now he's off to ADO Den Haag. He's still on loan with Sparta Rotterdam, so that move keeps him in his home country. Mark Greenwood, through hissy fit, and he's leaving. Well, he's left early, but he's gone out on loan. And we are going to go into what actually happened transfer-wise. So we'll have a look at the outs first. So in January, Borne left for Leicester. He wanted to leave. I was more than happy to let him go. 12 million. Not bad, since we paid 7 million for him or something. 7.25 million. He was a good goalkeeper for about... He was here for about 12 months. And he's gone. So he had a good season. Won the Europa League with us. And he's left for Leicester. The next player to leave, I think every player that left was of some importance. Hami Junior Dosso went to Club Brugge. Unfortunately, he refused to sign a new contract, and 2 or 3 clubs came in, offered £1 million. He was down to his last 6 months they wanted to take him straight away. £1 million, just he left. So we lost one of our centre backs. He's gone to a rival of ours, which is really unfortunate. He's gone to our proper rival as well, not just any rival. Gallardo, he's gone to Partizan Belgrade. To be fair, he didn't play an awful lot of games this year. I think we didn't play one game, maybe 2 games. We played 4 games for us. He's gone out to Partizan Belgrade for 5 million. Profit. So he played 1 full season as our starting left back. And he is gone. Then Mark Greenwood went on loan to Sampdoria. Sidija left for Ulsan Hyundai. Potentially going up to 17.25 million. He hadn't really had too much of an opportunity this year. He really annoyed all the time. So kind of glad he's gone. We don't have to worry about him cribbing and moaning. And Joris Verbeke, who was a potential winger for the future, got sold to Charleroi just deadline day, gone, which was disappointing because I liked having him around. Potentially goes an offer going up to 625k. Hopefully we get that. He's valued at 900k now, so we'll see how he gets on. He's in their under 21 team. He was in our first team, played 18 games for us, but you know, what can you do? Because we sold Baldouf, Argentinian ex-international. He agreed to sign for us just before January started. Came from San Lorenzo. He's had a pretty good start to his career with us so far. He hasn't conceded in the league yet. He has conceded 2 in the cup, which is no big deal, I suppose. Can deal with it. He looks pretty good. He's gone straight in as the starting goalkeeper, obviously, because why not? We then went and these 3 transfers were all done on deadline day. Brought in Noel Kone, who came from Sintroenza. He's going to be playing as a striker for us. He's not very good. It's that or play him in central midfield. And we're really short on strikers, so he comes in. He's only scored 26 goals for Sintroenza in 226 games. In 264 games in his entire career, he scored 30. So I don't expect him to score too many goals. He's going to be like a support striker. Going to bring him in as like a complete forward on support. Maybe play him as a false 9. He's not a goal scorer, so I'm not going to expect him to score goals. He's come in. He's a very expensive backup, but this director of football seems to enjoy signing expensive backup players, which is just delightful. 15.25 million potentially. Then we went back to San Lorenzo and signed Axel Morales, who is a winger who can play left back. We have so many left backs, so I'm not going to be playing him there. I'm going to play him as a central midfielder. I think as a Mazzella, he'd be quite good as a backup to Nuno Leo. So that's where we're going to be playing him if necessary. As you can see, really lacking in the central midfield. That's on the left side. Not so much, but central midfield we are definitely lacking players. And then from AIK we signed Mori Conte. Conte is a versatile fullback, can play right or left. He's going to be our backup right back because we are lacking in the right backs. As you can see, Mikov was pretty much the only right back we had. Di Gressa is a starting centre back who filled in at right back when necessary. But now we have Mori Conte. I'm going to have to remember, Conte. Mori Conte is going to be our new backup right back, I guess. For 3 million. It's not terrible. But actually, how's Sacramento been getting on at Muskron? He has played 7 and not scored. Yeah, some of his numbers are quite good. Not doing a whole lot though. Not great. He's come off the bench 6 times. Woo! He's not doing well. We did have offers for other players. There was a guy at Partizan Belgrade, our director of football, went in for it was a right... Was it you? No, definitely was not you. Can't have been you. Was it Todorov? No. We had an offer in for a right winger. They call it... Maybe it was him. The director of football put in an offer of like 15 million for him, and he rejected the contract. So I'm imagining Partizan Belgrade not overly happy with that, because they paid 5 million for a left back, and we were all going to offer them 15 million to take one of their right wingers away, but it didn't happen. So we don't need to worry about it. In today's game, this is how we're doing it. We do have much smaller squad. I brought some players up from the under 21s, like Nani has come up, and Martel got accidentally recalled from his loan. I wanted the... Who was he on loan at? The Rosalier. I wanted him to play him more. Accidentally hit the button to recall him. So he's back at the club, and don't think he's going to be leaving. But for this game, against Zulte Vargan, we are starting with Baladuff in goal, Conte and Nathan as our wingbacks, Everett and Nkita as the central defence, Dodora and Leo as our central midfield, Gonzalez and Carlos Roberto as the wide men, Carnevale and Diallo up front. Carnevale and Diallo have been in exceptional form, especially Diallo. Diallo's been banging them in for fun. We do have Morales and Kone on the bench because Rodriguez has been terrible. Don't tell him that I said that, but he has been so very bad this year. He's scored 3 goals in total. He's played 18 games in the league. I'm starting to think that first season was a fluke, because he's not really done it since. Carnevale is in talks for a call up to the Italian squad, which would be amazing if he does get called up. We only have one player starting today's game who's making their debut, so not overly worried about team cohesion being an issue. And gonna tell him to do it for the pundits, because why not? Oh, I forgot to mention who we got in the Champions League. We'll just pop here. We drew Roma in the first knockout round of the Champions League, and we made it to the final of the Belgian Cup. So in April we do have the Belgian Cup to look forward to, and ideally we can beat Roma. We do play away in the first leg, so we have an opportunity to put them to bed for the home leg. I don't know will we be able to, but we can hope, because we've been in quite good form. The last time we got beaten was in December by Anderlecht, and that was just because we were shocking. But yeah, Roma in the next round of the Champions League should be an interesting game, because we definitely could have had a harder round. Thankfully Everett doesn't lose the ball there on the halfway line, but Roma is definitely one of the easier draws we could have gotten. Definitely helped that we topped our group. Diallo, 24th of the season. I think that's his 20th league goal of the season. We're going to have to pay him a small chunk of change now, because he's hit 20. And we still have... How many games into the season are we now? We're 23. So we still have 17 games to go, because we'll have to play our... Yeah, we have 7 more league games after this one, and we have the 10 games after that in the Champions group. I think we are going to seriously look at moving for this summer, because nothing really came up this year as of yet anyway. There's nothing come up that I've gone, we have to do that. I think the fact that we've done so well in the Champions League made it so that I'm like, if we got knocked out of the Champions League, I would have considered the Feyenoord job. I probably would have considered the CSKA job. There's a couple of jobs that have appeared that, had we not successfully navigated our Champions League group, I would have said maybe it's worth moving. But because we managed to get through against Valencia and Arsenal, I was like, it'd be a shame. Oh, Diallo. That was far too easy for him. Passed back by their defender. But I wouldn't mind going to Portugal, Russia, or Holland in our next move. I think there's not a whole lot more we can do in Belgium without winning the Champions League. And I think we're still probably 6 or 7 years off that. Then again, I could be completely wrong. We might win the league this year. Conte's been sent off in his debut. Fantastic. The dude only arrived 3 days ago. He's already got himself a stupid red card. We have Di Grassi on the bench. That's fine. We'll take him on for Carnevale. And Diallo can play up front by his loan. Although we could move Nathan over and pull the wingers back. Because Nathan is quite good at playing as a centre back. Just pop you back here. Pull you back to here. Yeah, we'd go a 3-4-2. Conte came in as a backup. He's not going to get much game time, I don't think. Having got himself sent off on his debut for a stupid tackle. Ball was so far away from any bit of danger. But we've managed to drop down to 10 men with an hour left in the game. Balladuf. I think Balladuf has decided he doesn't want to concede any goals in the league this year. We did have a bit of issues when it came to registering new players, because I think we brought in 4, plus we already had 2 or 3 players who weren't registered, so there was a lot of disappointed players about not getting into the Champions League team for the next round. But there's not much I could really do about it. My director of football is a lunatic. Diallo's in for his hat-trick. Carnevale, unselfish, does the right thing. Diallo bangs in another hat-trick for the season. I'm interested actually how many times he's scored a hat-trick so far this year, because he's already gotten, this is his 3rd one since like the start of December. Don't get complacent. Yeah, I believe you've got what it takes. Moricante, not ideal, buddy. Might even bring Noel Kone on at some point in this game to give him an opportunity to run around and see how good he is. Because I want to see the majority of the players. I want to give them an opportunity to play. Diallo, what are the Zulte Vargan defence doing there? They like parted. It was the Moses effect. Everyone just got out of Diallo's way. The ball rolled or bounced in front of 2 of them, and Diallo was just there to slot it into the back of the net. It's just, I'm not sure what happened there. Carlos Roberto wins the header, but it doesn't look like we're down to 10 men. Thankfully Nathan was there to make up for Anquida's missed header. Nathan, Diallo, Carlos Roberto picks up the loose ball to Leo, dinks it forward. Diallo, he was offside anyway. Okay, he knew he was offside. He was just decided he wanted to see if he could score. Their left back has picked up a booking. Diallo takes the free kick. Oh, Diallo really is, after hitting amazing form the last couple of weeks. It's been insane how good he's just, we started playing like tiki-taka as well while doing gegenpress. It's been amazing. Everyone's just kind of like one-touch football. It's been fantastic. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. That was quite unlucky that they hit the crossbar there. We're going to take Carnevale off for Noel Kone, make him a complete forward on support. He's learning the position. Can't do it just yet, but he's learning. Everett's going to come off for Di Gresse. I'm going to make a ball playing defender as well, because why not? Morales, you can come on for Nuno Leo, because that's the position I'm teaching you to play. Triple substitution in the 70th minute, down to 10 men, 5-0 up. We scored 3 of our 5 goals since the sending off. I think it's fair to say we're the dominant force in Belgium. I'd like to hear anybody who disagrees, but I'm pretty confident in saying that we are the best Belgian side without question. I think if we were to leave in the morning, this team would still dominate for years and years. I'd say there's 5 years of domination if I wanted it right here. Assuming the director of football doesn't go mental and decide to start like booting everyone out in July, because that was something I was afraid of, that we were going to lose all our best players, like club legend Diallo. I thought he was going to leave, especially in January when Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Tottenham came sniffing around. Didn't make any offers for him, but I'm still weary he was going to leave. But he loves this club. He loves this club, and he is just amazing. Gets a perfect 10. Oh, beautiful. To be fair, you look at the scoreline, you go, Zulte Waregem clearly had no opportunities. They had 15 shots, and they had almost half the possession. So it was a close game. Diallo's just been insane recently. He's 1 goal away from 25 league goals now after that game. See his form. His form has been... Right, so he didn't score against Sint-Truidense or Excelsior. Got 1 against Sint-Truidense the game before that. Scored 4 against Muskron. A hat-trick against Volman in the friendly. Scored against Ajax. Scored 4 in the friendly against the Turkish team. Sander Liège scored 1. Scored twice against Charleroi before he picked up an injury. For that 2 games he didn't score, scored 1 against Beerschot. He scored 22 goals in 20 games. His minimum rating has been 6.1, his maximum has been 10, average of 7.55. I think it's fair to say he's one of the best forwards. Definitely, without question, in Belgium. I'd say he's definitely the best African striker. Is he one of the best strikers in the world? Probably not. But he has a very good... I'm going to say he's amazing. He did have a huge drop star rating wise there, but he's worked his way back up. He was a 4.5 star for a while there. He scored 24 goals in 23 league appearances so far. He is on the verge of having his best ever league season for Ghent. You can't say he's anything other than amazing. For the next episode, I didn't realise how much rabbling I was doing. We are going to come back for Westerlo and the Roma second leg. End the regular season against a team who were second for quite a while, now sitting 11th, and Roma, to see if we're going to make it into the next round of the Champions League. So if you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. I don't see why you wouldn't. 5-0, we smashed Zulte Waregem, and we're just amazing. We're the best football team in the world. We're going to win the Champions League, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. If you have enjoyed, as I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!